sport across the curriculum, and also for after school clubs and for sport outside of school. So we would like to give our male award this year to somebody who has excelled generally in football but also in all areas of the sporting curriculum, and that award goes to Lucas. And our second award to somebody in the year group goes to a girl who has excelled across the curriculum, but also particularly in cricket club after school, and for swimming, cycling and running for triathlon, and our award goes to Emma. Really impressed us with all of her music talent and her ability and her willingness to take part, to join in and to use her performance skills for the benefit of everybody. And this year we are presenting it to Ava Lockett. The next award is called the Good Egg Award, and this goes to one person from each class this year who's just been exactly that, a good egg. They've been kind, they've been considerate, they've been hard-working, and they've been a great support, as Mr. Bowes was saying earlier, to all the class. So, shall I do mine first? Yep. So, the Good Egg Award goes to somebody who, from first thing every day, comes in with a smile. They work hard all day, trust them to do all my jobs and have a rest, put my feet up in class. But also, apart from that, they are so willing to help their class as well. And if they're having a little wobble, they're mature enough to say, okay, I need some quiet time, I'm just going to take myself out here for a moment. And actually, that's a really big skill to have as well. So this little good egg, really ready for high school, goes to Serena. Absolutely. Well, my good egg sounds exactly like yours. And all those qualities are also the quality that they have their hand up every single part of a lesson as well. Always joins in, always got a smile on their face, and always works that little bit extra when they go home from school and brings in a little bit of information which makes me smile every time. And my good egg is Coed.
And my good egg was so difficult to choose. When it came down to it, it was actually quite an easy choice. Enthusiasm comes in many different ways, and this pupil always approaches all her tasks with determination to succeed, but also a willingness to help those around her. She's always, I see her playing with many different groups on the yard. She's a friend to everybody and has been fantastic help to me, and that is Mahek.
Right. The next trophy is the Amman Art Award. Amman was a dear, dear little boy who used to go to Coed Glas, but very sadly many years ago passed away quite young. sometimes it's maybe very lucky, you might have a talent, but if you don't do anything with it, it just sits there doing nothing. If you've got that passion and you've got that drive, that talent begins to grow a little bit and becomes something else. And this goes to somebody whose passion for art is not just in the class, it's outside as well. And they've been a wonderful member of Art Club. And this goes to Lauren Beale. Right. Oh, that's a good one. Right, so this award now is the Welsh Award. And once again, really it's for skills shown in the class as well as outside. And I know it's been a funny year, we perhaps haven't been in as much as we normally would have been. But this person has not only excelled in their Welsh lessons in class, completing all the work and then having to do extra bits each time, they've also been spotted and heard by many staff using Welsh outside of the class, which is really impressive, especially given the funny year that we've had. So this award for, again, passion for Welsh and great ability goes to Eira Lockett. Right, pupils progress. So the Pupil Progress Award is awarded to a child, and we've decided to do it in each class this year. It's awarded to a child who has made huge strides forward in their learning from where they started in September. So we take all sorts of things into consideration here. We look at sort of your test scores, your writing, your maths work. We look at all sorts in September, and then we compare it to where you are now going out in July. Okay, so the person who has received this award in each class should be very, very proud of themselves for making so much progress. My award goes to Chloe Pupil. Right, so the Pupil Progress Award goes to somebody in art class who has just worked quietly. To be an absolute star, you don't always have to be the loudest or perhaps the best at everything, but you do have to have that hard work ethic and just chip away at things all the time. And this person has done just that. Online, they were there all the time. They gave us extra little musical displays on some days, and they just put in 150% all year, but in a really, really modest way, and it has shown. They have really done so well this year and progressed beautifully. So our Pupil Progress Award goes to Sam.
And in my class, thanks guys. In my class, when you've been teaching for a long time, I think I certainly qualify for some of the teaching for a long time. Every class has something about them that's unique, will stick in your mind. And I've said to my class many times that your enthusiasm and your passion for reading this year is really what stuck out for me. At times we felt more like a reading club than a class. I've loved discussing your reading with you and exploring new books. It's been fantastic. And the people who's won my Pupil Progress Award has made huge strides for their reading, going from someone who didn't like reading very much, someone who was determined to read for an hour every day, someone now who put in their own report that they absolutely love reading as an important part of their life. So my Pupil Progress Award goes to Callum Watson.
Right then, so we come on to the big shields. So we have two shields, and these are for the academic awards. One for a boy and one for a girl in the whole of year 6. So I'm going to present the girls on this without, and we can do the boys after. So the girls' academic award goes to somebody who is
approaches all his tasks with such a positive mindset, such a determination to succeed. It's really pleasing and heartwarming to see. And it's in no way is it down to him having a fantastic haircut that's very similar to mine. But this award goes to Leo Lynn. That's me. That's me. Like that, Leo. Like that one.
So, our next award is a real privilege to receive because it's the one that's been voted for by yourselves. And we've decided to go with one for each class this year because we haven't had a lot of mixing. So when we were deciding on this award, we came up with a list of qualities in our class of what we thought a pupil should have. And there was words like determination, kindness, caring, friend to everybody, hardworking, resilient. There was a whole list of words there. And then once we went through that list, we then had a vote, which was a secret vote, and it was we had an overwhelmingly popular winner in our class. And that person, the Pupil's Pupil Award in our class this year, goes to Sophia Aikman.
Right, so Pupil's Pupil Award in our class, exactly the same format. If you remember, we had a little vote, and again you were thinking about those qualities that would make someone a really good role model. What kind of year 6 people do you think the younger children in school need to look up to and try to be? And the person that you all felt was this person who represented Coed Glas really, really well, that goes to Esme.
And similarly, I echo what Mrs. Head and Mrs. Ting said. We talked about somebody who was kind and was caring and supported others. And I was so pleased when I counted your votes and see that this person had won because they are the epitome of those values, I think, in Coed Glas. So much so that I think Mr. Pat commented on their report on how kind and caring they were. Our people's people don't really get pocket.
Good morning, thank you for sitting so quietly, Leo, and respectfully. Well done. It's nice to be in the shade a little bit. I'm going to come this way a little bit just so I can try and find some room too far to go. Before, so we've got 2 awards to present. Now, actually, these children, a little while ago, back in the autumn term, I think, went forward for a vote amongst their peers, amongst their friends and the whole school, to become our head boy and our head girl for this year. Now, it's been obviously an unusual year for all of us, and it wouldn't have been the way we planned this year, particularly for our head boy and our head girl, being the particular role models in our school. It is quite a responsibility being head pupils, because people look to those children as I say, role models, making the right choices all the time, being kind, being considerate, being hard-working, and all of those values that we hold so dear. These 2 children, going to come forward in a moment, we know who they are. You've done a fantastic job, despite these challenging times. When you're at home, I know, talking to your teachers, what fantastic role models you are at home for the rest of your peers. How you try to include your friends in your online learning. And then when you came back to school, you did become those really positive role models that are so important in school, but also in life. People that we all aspire to and be a bit like if we can. Now, hopefully for you two, you remember this forever, not just the title, but actually look back with pride on being elected by your peers as head pupils in your primary school. And even when you apply for jobs later on in life, put on the application form. It will make you stand out, it really will. So let's give a huge clap please to Leo and Okay, boys and girls, those are the awards, the official awards, but I think as Mr. Bouse touched on earlier, you all deserve incredible praise and credit for this year, and I'll come to that in a little bit. But of course, boys and girls, there have been some other very special people who have helped you this year. It's been a difficult year for them as well, because we came back to school in September and it was all very different, wasn't it? We had to stay in our groups and we couldn't go in certain places, and we had to have different routines for coming in and out and going for a break and washing our hands and all of those hundreds of things to try and keep everybody safe. I'm really proud that we did keep everybody safe. Nobody got poorly in our school, thankfully. And then, of course, we had to go off again in the new year, just after Christmas, and we were home for 3 months. And I think we all found that particularly tough, those 3 months. Possibly because the weather's always a bit rubbish, but possibly, and more likely, because we were just completely fed up with having to be at home and not have those choices that we normally have with our friends and our families. But nevertheless, your very special people continue to work incredibly hard for their own homes. They had their own children to look after, because they were off school, trying to do some home learning, and they had to completely relearn how to help you with your learning. They had to learn how to become online teachers, which is really, really hard. It takes years for people normally to be able to master those sorts of skills. But in the space of a week or two, your teachers, because of the work ethic that they put in and their determination to make sure that you didn't miss out, you had a fantastic home learning offer. And hopefully you enjoyed that. I know you didn't all come every day for lots of different reasons, but hopefully you enjoyed that opportunity at least to be with your friends and your teachers to continue your learning. And then of course we came back to school in March. The middle of March seems like a lifetime away, doesn't it? But we came back, thankfully. There were still some rules we had to follow, still some rules we have to follow today to keep everybody safe. But from that point onwards, boys and girls, from that point onwards, your teachers did some incredible things. Some things in about 4 months that normally take a few years to do. They had you back in school, settled you back, because for some of you it had been a tough time at home, hadn't it? You were fed up, as I said. You really were. You were a bit bored. And you were certainly missing all the special people in your lives. And these special people made sure that return to school was a really, really positive one for all of you. I know it took a little while for some of you to settle down back into our routines, but you did that successfully with the help of your special people. And then that magical thing happened. Normally it happens the last couple of weeks of year 6, but it actually happened back in March. You became this very cohesive group of year 6 children, and I think those friendships that you'd had before lockdown actually became even tighter when you came back to school. And we've all seen, and your teachers have reflected on it, how really secure your friendships have become. It's remarkable. And hopefully you'll have these friendships forever. And I mean that, even if you don't see each other every day, you go to different schools and do different things when you've left school, you'll always look at one another and think, yes, they were in my class, they were in my year 6 group. And you reflect back on that, hopefully, with really positive memories. But your special people made sure that those last few months you've had in year 6 were special, were a time where you carried on with your learning, accelerated with your learning, and as I said, most importantly I think, where you had time to secure your friendships, and that hopefully has made you feel better. And now you'll be thinking about your next move, which I'll come on to. But boys and girls, your special people, we've got most of them here today, but not all. I don't think thank you is ever enough actually for the work your special people have put in. I really don't. You don't see most of what goes on behind the scenes in preparation with all the learning activities that you have. But your special people, of course, Mr. Bouse, Mrs. Tune, Mrs. Hunt, Mrs. Bakar, Mrs. Charles, and of course Mr. Marsden. There are others too, and of course Mr. House on the computer there this morning. I think they all deserve a huge round of applause, don't you? Just right. So, boys and girls, your last day in school. I'm sure you've got really mixed emotions about your last day. I can remember my last day in primary school. I'm sure all your teachers can as well. It was a funny feeling. It was a mixture of feelings, of excitement about what the next steps are going to hold, excitement about going off on a holiday for 6, maybe even 7 weeks for some of you, excitement about things you're looking forward to in the summer holiday. You might have a little bit of sadness. You might be thinking, oh, I love this school, I've loved my class, I've loved my teachers, and I've got to leave. And that's natural. All of those things are natural. And whenever in life you move on to a next step in your journey, you'll have those emotions. But take the positives, because I think that many of you, all of you I hope, will reflect back on your time in Coed Glas with a sense of happiness and pride, full of experiences that hopefully will live in your memories forever. So try today, boys and girls, to keep thinking about all the positive things. You're ready now for high school, there's no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Academically you're ready, more than ready. Socially you're ready, more than ready. I think your confidence is showing me that you're ready for this next step as well, and grasp those opportunities that are going to be ahead for you. So boys and girls, there is a little gift for all of you, because I think you all deserve medals this year, not just the children who've been awarded the special prize this morning, but each and every one of you. So we've got a little medal for you. It's a little Coed Glas medal that hopefully you'll keep and look after and look back on with fond memories at some point. And Miss Shapley is going to give those out for you in a little bit. And there's also a copy of this poem that is for you to take home, and again to keep, if you'd like to, in your special memory boxes. So here's my poem for you to finish the assembly this morning. What a year it's been for you, our lovely Year 6 crew. We had plans and intentions of lots of things to do, but as you'll often find in life, we were put to the test, but not the normal schooly kind, a weird, abnormal quest. We were sent into lockdown and school was closed for most. All of our priorities, your safety was utmost. Your world was twisted sideways, your life changed overnight. Yet, acting for the greater good, you did what's just and right. It's been so hard, I know that. I'm proud of what you've shown. When facing such adversity, unlike we've ever known. We're in a time in history that will be on the shelves. A tale to tell our grandchildren that's greater than ourselves. A spell when you were children and you had to leave your friends to keep all of your loved ones safe and bring this to an end. They'll look at you like heroes, the sort I know you are. You're warriors, you're brave, you're knights, you're bright and dazzling stars. And though we've had to part now in unexpected ways, we still have all the memories of countless fun school days. Remember cheers on sports days and trips to near and far. Remember class assemblies and reaching for that star. Remember all our playtimes and running on the grass. But most of all, remember how you're valued in this class. As I look back in future, I'll think of you and smile. The kids who showed resilience and went the extra mile. So though it's time, I'm going to cry. Oh, goodness me. I'll get through it. So though it's time to say goodbye, just know it's not the end. We'll live on in your memories as special Year 6 friends. We did it. So boys and girls, my ABC of success, okay, when you go forward to high school, my ABC is on some of your reports. Aim high, be kind, and challenge yourselves. Good luck, boys and girls. Well done. Okay, Mr. Master.